Good evening. How is everyone doing? What are you guys up to? How's your winter going? I'm just checking in here, do a fireside chat, catch up a bit because it's been a while since I've posted a video. Fan life for the last couple weeks has kind of felt like a prison sentence, to be honest. The temperature around here has just plunged down into the minus 20 Celsius range. I've been hoping and trying to get out to film some adventures, but it's just not really working out for me right now, mainly because it's just way too cold for Rocco. She can handle -5, maybe -10 Celsius if the sky is clear and the sun is out, but beyond that, it's just too much, and I don't want to put her through it. But I know, Foresty, it's as simple as going into the city and trying to film like a stealth camp and cook type video. People love that type of video. I'm just like less inspired to film those videos as of recently. Back when I was making them more often, I feel like it was more genuine because it was actually something that I was living behind the scenes as well. Whereas now I'm mostly out in places of wilderness like this 99% of the time. It's just so much more preferable. So this is what I wind up filming, and I feel like if I just did stealth camp videos, it would be a little phony in a way, but I understand. Like, I'm an entertainer, and entertainers are supposed to entertain, and also there's like a realness to that. The whole side of it, like trying to live in a van on the fringes of society that people are interested in as everything gets more expensive and people are looking for like alternative ways to live and how it all works out. Uh, but yeah, I'm mostly out camping in wilderness now. It's just what I like. This is what I do, and this is what I film. And my passion for filming has is really in the outdoorsy type adventures. That's what I like filming the most. Like that last episode that I did on my main channel up to the Saddle Mountain Lookout. Like, that was a dream scenario for making an episode. Everything was perfect. The location, the cabin way up on the mountain cliff, the weather, the cloud inversion, the sunset on the clouds there. It was everything just came together so well, and I feel like I raised the bar on myself. That's part of it too. Like when you make the next video, it's just like how do you step up to that? How do you keep the quality up? But at the same time, I realize it's real life, and real life is always not going to be amazing. Sometimes it's going to be boring or just this or that. Whatever you can find is just life. But yeah, mostly camping out, reading lots of books lately. Got a pile of them somewhere. I just bought this one. Blake Crouch Run. I'm a big Blake Crouch fan. I haven't started this one, but I just finished his other two recent books. Upgrade. This is like a DNA editing type thing. People upgrading themselves, making them smarter, faster, stronger, all this, and trying to save the world. He takes like real life technology and scenarios and just stretches it and turns it into something interesting. It was a good book. I liked it, and I like this one a bit more. The Recursion. This is a time travel style book, and it was quite gripping. I binged through it in like 3 or 4 days. I had trouble putting it down. There's one more book that I read too, just finished. Touching the Void. One of the most stressful books that I have ever read. It's this mountaineering story in the Peruvian Andes. These two guys go up, and it's just like every single move they make, it's like they're on the verge of death, and things just spiral. Like even worse the further they go, and it turns into like the ultimate nightmare situation. And yeah, it stressed me out a lot, and I feel like I'm still recovering from reading this one. I mean, it's a good book by all means, but it's pretty scary. But yeah, I kind of wish that I would have spent more time in Vietnam instead of 2 weeks. I should have spent 3 or 4 with Louie there. We just had so much fun. I made so many good memories with her, and I'm just amazed by the infrastructure there. You just show up with a backpack and just go one day at a time, and one thing leads to another, and all the transportation is there, and there's the adventures there, and you just eat all your meals in restaurants too, like breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's so cheap, and they're like good gourmet, healthy meals too. So I just had amazing time there, and I'm so grateful that she invited me. She's a great person, and yeah, that's maybe a part of it. I'm missing her too, being back here alone, but I had to come back to Rocco too. She's my main girl that I have to look after. But yeah, what else is going on here? Just been camping. Like this winter in Canada, it's kind of been like living on a shrinking island. As more snow falls, you just lose more of your camp spots. But here we are in the middle of February, and I'm still pretty surprised that I'm finding good places to overnight. So it's still working out for me. I just need the temperature to warm up a bit. But yeah, I know everyone's probably wondering right now, scratching their heads, like, you live in a van, why don't you just drive somewhere else where it's warmer? That's like the point of van life. But my driver's license was expiring, and I just went into the registry yesterday to get it renewed. And now I have to wait another 2 weeks to receive it in the mail. So that's kind of keeping me in one spot. So once I have that, I might be free to go somewhere else. I love Utah. It's one of my favorite places in the world, and I've got that really good pack raft now, the alpaca. So I was hoping to go on some pack rafting trips further out on larger bodies of water, like Lake Mead or Lake Powell. You get way out there into those remote canyons and find pictographs and petroglyphs and cliff dwellings, all that stuff. I love that kind of adventure, and I'm missing it this year. But who knows? It might still happen. But I'm also trying to live more responsibly as of recently, like just do a whole lot less driving. Like, the more driving you do, the more problems you have. The maintenance builds up, the gas bill adds up. So if you can just like stay in one spot as best you can and just enjoy all the gear that you already have. Like, I've got skis and the hot tent and backpacking, camping gear, all that stuff, and there's just so much in this area to see. Um, yeah, I was talking about doing a longer hot tent traverse, like through hike or through ski type stuff. I did try to do one of those before I set off to Vietnam, and I learned very quickly that I don't think hot tent traverses are a thing. It's just like in the winter, the hours of daylight are so short, and you need at least 2 hours to set that tent up and get everything going. So, like, it was 8 o'clock by the time I had the fire going, 9 by the time I had dinner, and then another hour to tear down the tent in the morning. There just wasn't enough time to do it. Maybe if you had a partner or two to like split the duties of like cutting wood and setting up camp, then maybe it might be possible with the hot tent. But I think if I'm gonna do a longer ski traverse in the future, it's probably just gonna be with like a minimalist tent or something and go super lightweight. What else? That's what all that's been happening. I've just been camping out, passing the time, reading books, and trying to stay busy, get some exercise when I can, cutting firewood when I can too. The second time in the history of this wood stove last week, I burned cedar in it, and boy, does that burn hot! But it's certainly appreciated in this really cold weather we're having right now. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. Just a quick update here, and hopefully we'll see you in an interesting new adventure in the future. So we'll see you there.